It's the Playhouse Podcast with Kat and JJ.
Believe it. I missed everything.
Missed the show?
What am I going to do?
Check out the Daily Podcast.
All our favorite moments of the week are dead ahead, including the discussion we had about if you died first in your relationship, what would just simply fall apart in your home? I know it's kind of morbid to think about, but it was kind of fun to talk about. That's coming up in a couple of seconds. Here we go. What is the one thing your friends and family just won't let go? They bring it up all the time, like it's the very first time it happened, but it seems to be the way they identify you.
I'll tell you mine in a second.
James, good morning. How are you, bud?
Pretty good.
Good. What's the one thing they won't let go? Like they bring it up all the time.
All right, so 10th grade home ec class. I decided to pour 2 pounds of sugar in a Kool-Aid pitcher to make the sweetest Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
And we were going to try to get people to drink it, and nobody drank it. Anyway, the home ec teacher got upset because we wasted all that sugar. So a friend of mine dared me to drink the whole pitcher.
Oh, my God.
So I drank the whole pitcher, and I got to my next class, and I started sweating, and I got really sick.
Yeah.
So anyway, this teacher, I kind of goofed off in this class, so he could never take me seriously. So I'm sitting in my desk sweating like really bad, and I asked to go to the bathroom, and he told me no. So then I bolted out of the bathroom, and I threw up all over the hallway.
Oh, my gosh.
So you threw up in 10th grade, and everybody still brings it up because you're living in the same community you went to school in.
You were the school barfer. I mean, you don't live that down. Anybody that barfed in my school, that's like their nickname.
How old are you now, James?
I'm 44.
And people are still bringing this up?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I've done a lot of stuff in school, so a lot of things come up, but that's one of the things that come up regularly.
Did you get a nickname out of it? You go into a local bar and they're like, Barfmeister.
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
But it's safe to say if you go for like a fish fry or something like that, you're going to go to a meat raffle this weekend,
Yeah.
somebody's going to bring up the fact that you puked in 10th grade.
Yeah, probably.
Dude, I'm
Do
feeling
they
that.
start with, do you remember? Because you're like, that was, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Great story, man. Hey, I appreciate you checking in, and good luck shaking that the rest of your life. I hope you have a great morning today.
All right, you too.
Take care. What won't
That's rough.
people let go? Kat, for you, what is it?
Okay, so my mom and sister are the same person, okay? They will deny it forever, but they are the same person. They have the same cackle, and it gets my blood boiling. The way they laugh, it drives me crazy. It's not like a nice laugh, it's mean. And I don't even know how this story goes. It was like 20 years ago, and we were at a restaurant, and it was a nice one. Maybe it was like Foster's, was it whatever it is.
I didn't get to eat at really nice restaurants like you guys did, so I don't know.
Anyway, they used the term catsup instead of ketchup. So the archaic word for ketchup. And I knew it was ketchup, but they said, would you like catsup? And I said, no, I'll take ketchup. And it was a joke, but they were like, oh, you're so stupid. I can't believe you didn't know the difference. And they went on for way too long. And still to this day, my sister will work in a meal that ketchup would need to be paired with.
And bring up ketchup.
Yes. And I'm like, it's not even funny, you guys. It's kind of annoying. But I guess that's the only thing that they have
That's
to
why
hold
they keep
on
bringing
to.
it up, because if you quit getting annoyed, they won't bring it up anymore.
That's true. Maybe I'll start asking for catsup and beat them to it.
When I see any of my old college friends, especially guys that I played ball with, if you ever meet me, you can ask about it. I have a big scar on the back left side of my head, and I was hustling pool at a bar one night, and I was up a few $100s on one of these townies, and probably had a couple of too many drinks, but I was feeling good, and I was winning, and my roommate would always hold the money. Like, we'd put the money down, he'd hold the money. He was always that guy. Well, this guy I beat him double or nothing for, I don't know, it was like $250. And so I'm like, oh my God, I just won $500. I was feeling so good because I was like a sophomore in college. So I was like rich at that point, right?
Uh-huh.
And this guy clocked me over the back of the head with a pool stick.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it cut me wide open. And I had like 7 or 8 stitches here. And when I woke up, all I really cared about was, where's the money?
Yeah.
Cops are everywhere. They're shutting the place down, the whole, kit and caboodle. And whenever I see any of these guys that I went to school with, they're like, remember that time you got knocked out by the guy with a pool stick? And like,
Yes.
when you say it in front of my children like that, like, I see him at some kind of a reunion or whatever. Like, remember that time you got knocked? I'm like, around my kids, man. Like, wasn't one of my glory days. Just to recap the last couple of minutes, Kat called everyone with a vape trashy and doesn't want you in her life anymore. And everybody flew off the freaking handle. Okay. I think you guys, first off, need to understand, number one, if we say something looks trashy, that's because of what you think. All right, that's okay. The Cat thinks you vaping inside a children's event looks trashy. Fine.
It is. But
then,
I also probably looked trashy when I had a cigarette hanging out of my mouth when I was younger.
Yep.
So,
and then the other part you guys got to understand is we never go into anything prepared. So if you're sending us links or telling us to look something up, it's probably not going to happen.
I'm actually on the link that one of them sent me.
I am right now, too, where it
United
says
States Environmental Protection Agency. There is, in fact, secondhand electronic cigarette aerosol and indoor quality aspects to the vape.
So it says some of the harmful substances emitted from secondhand e-cigarette aerosols are the same as secondhand tobacco smoke. However, more research is fully needed to understand the emissions from e-cigarettes and their impact on human health. So I think we can all agree there is some impact. They're just not sure exactly to what level yet. So to be smoking that around little kids is ridiculous.
Yes. In your mind, you could be like, yeah, I could be blowing smoke around them. You shouldn't have been doing that anyway. But I just want to know why you find it necessary to do it everywhere.
Hey, Ashley, good morning. Now, if Kat was to meet you, would she call you Trashly or just Ashley?
Just Ashley. 'Cause
Okay.
I agree with Kat. I don't agree with vaping in front of kids at all, or anybody that doesn't want to be vape in front of, because who knows what kind of chemicals are in that stuff. They're relatively new, so they haven't done much research on it, and who knows what's going to happen in 30, 40 years from all those vapors.
The other thing you got to remember is when our parents started smoking, it was cool and it was good and it was relaxing and there was no negative implications. And now, I mean, how many of us have lost parents or grandparents because of, tobacco use?
Yeah. And listen, do it wherever you want, like that won't affect other people. It's just like cigarettes where they were like, see yourself outside. You can't do it inside anymore because we want to protect other people that don't smoke. It's the same for that.
Is the Clean Indoor Act, does that covers vaping as well?
It should.
Can you be like, I just think, all right, go to the Mall of America, right? You can't have a cigarette.
You can legally vape in a building. I think they consider it the same as cigarettes. I don't think that's allowed.
Right.
So whoever was vaping probably was in the position of, I'm going to do it anyways, and if I get in trouble, oh well.
So that maybe that's what I have a problem with. Maybe I have a problem with somebody saying I'm above whatever rules there are. I'm above any nicotine rules on a school campus. I'm above at this event center, even though there are signs everywhere. I don't care. I don't need to follow the rules. Maybe that's what I have a problem with.
Exactly.
Yeah. So go vape outside. I don't even care. Vape in your car by yourself. I don't even care. But it's like when you're just like around a bunch of babies and kids, I thought it was super strange. I don't know.
Well, I think we can probably all agree as parents that you don't want your kids addicted to nicotine.
Right.
Bingo! How fun!
Last week, someone lost an eye at bingo.
Bingo.
Bingo what bingo? Bingo! Bingo!
All right, Kat this morning is on the hunt for anyone listening.
Who eats really well? It just goes to show that even if you pick the most healthy thing on a drive-through menu, that in the U.S., it's pretty processed.
The anti-aging Big Mac has outlasted a Whopper, Five Guys, and even Chick-fil-A. But this time we're comparing a Big Mac to a Big Mac. The same burger, two countries, but 5,000 miles apart.
Okay, Joe-san, this is crazy. Mine's are molding, hairy. Ew, stinks.
Why does Japan's look like Hagrid and mine looks like it got Botox?
Nasty. Kat's on the look for anyone listening who's got a pretty good diet. Like, you stick to it, and it seems to be working for you. I'm on the hunt for anyone listening who has a personal assistant.
Wow, that'd be so nice.
That'd be the dream, right? Janae, you're first through. Which one do you fit?
I'm not the greatest, healthiest eater.
You got a personal assistant?
I don't know if you understood the assignment.
No, I didn't.
Oh, Jesus.
I was looking for anyone out there that eats really well every day. And then JJ was looking for somebody that has a personal assistant.
Yeah, but we probably could have explained that better.
Next time.
Yes. Nope, I don't have either one of those.
Awesome.
All right. Always good to hear from you. Thanks for calling the show.
Talk to you later.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good morning. It's Kat and JJ. We were talking about just kind of ways that you're going to want to save some money. It's this holiday season business where so many people furloughed, not getting checks. Imagine going to work for the last 2 weeks and then all of a sudden payday is today or tomorrow and you don't get a check.
I was hoping in 2019 when people were like getting laid off and people weren't working and really feeling the benefits of saving, that maybe over the next, few years, they would have learned to put money back into a sneaky account or something like that. But some people aren't as fortunate, living paycheck to paycheck. So we're looking for tips and tricks that you have to save money.
Sarah, I appreciate you holding. What are you guys doing to shave a couple of dollars off?
I think one of the best ways you can save money is cooking at home. I don't know why people order out or go to restaurants so often. It is so easy to buy in bulk and meal prep a bunch of food on Sunday for the whole week and just make yourself some really cheap but hearty meals at home. It just takes a little bit of work, but it's so worth it, and you save so much money.
And, sometimes it's easier said than done. I want to know, when is the last time you and your family have eaten at a restaurant, gotten takeout? How long has it been?
Honestly, probably 7 years ago.
Good Lord.
Stop.
No freaking way.
Oh, my God.
You know how hard it is to take kids to a restaurant. It's actually so much easier to cook for them at home,
Wow. Okay.
You're
Listen,
not
if
wrong.
you've had it going that long, I would say by 7 years, you're kind of an expert at this. So I listen to experts, but it's also not easily done for a lot of families that are on the run constantly.
I mean, I guess they're scheduling, but for me, it ends up saving me time during the week, knowing what we're going to eat. The meals are already made. They're planned. They're in the fridge. So it ends up saving me time. I don't have to think about something every single night.
Sure.
Plus, I'm just not lazy.
Talked to a young woman named Sydney just a few minutes ago, and basically at the bridal shower for, did she say it was her sister or her cousin?
It's her cousin, but Sydney's sister would like to shake things up a bit with a gift, a marital aid, if you will. And she wants to give it at this party. And Sydney's like, this is a classy event.
In front of all the aunts and the moms and everything like that.
But she said it's going to flow from bridal party to bachelorette night. Can't you just wait a couple of hours? Can't you just hold on to it?
That inappropriate gift moment. Barb, you've had one?
Oh, yes. My daughter, a couple of years ago, decided to think that she was being funny, and she gave me one of those gifts with condoms and KY jelly, and she thought it was funny.
Why would she think something like that is funny? Barb, I only know you from you calling in, and I would never gift that to you. I know you better than that.
I was never so embarrassed in my entire life.
Oh, my God. And what do you do? Quick shove it back in the bag? Or
How long did it take you to use it all?
I threw it away.
Oh, what?
You got to donate that stuff.
There's value there, Barb. There's value.
And then at the bottom of the bag, there was a nice, necklace and earrings, but still, it was like, I was never so embarrassed in my entire life.
Now, who was all around that made you embarrassed, or you were just embarrassed strictly because of the nature of the gift?
Well, it was all our friends.
Okay, so you're
I must have
surrounded
had about 15 friends.
by everybody. Was it a circle? You know those circles that you're right there in the top of it, and then everyone just watches you? The heat was on. Okay.
Yep,
Wow.
and she was recording it. She says, I should put this on Facebook. I said, I should kick your...
Oh.
Yeah.
Way to censor.
How old was your daughter when she gave you this?
39.
Yeah, she's at that point.
better.
Yeah, she knows better. All right.
Well, see, she was trying to be funny because, my husband passed away, 5 years ago, so she was trying...
Like back in the saddle, mom type of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
But I was embarrassed, to say the least. So
Yeah,
it's
safety
like,
first.
her heart was in the right place.
Yeah, she's just looking out for you. Thanks,
It was.
Barb.
Yep.
Have a great
Bye.
morning. I
Bye,
appreciate it. That's what I was kind of looking for. You got to a point where it just became an inappropriate gesture. What's yours? I'm not hoping that anybody goes through this anytime soon. But unless you and your spouse die in a plane crash, car crash, something like that at the same time, like a tragedy, a catastrophe, you probably won't go at the same time. But if you go first, what's the fallout? What's not going to get done? What's going to be completely left wide open?
So I believe that if you're in a partnership, that it's okay that you do stuff and they do stuff and it just comes together. And I would say bills, all the bills would not get paid. So it's because
that's a big one.
Everything's under my name or my email. And so I'm the one that gets the time to pay or your, total is ready, whatever. And then I just take care of it. Also signing Liam up for anything. Signing him up for sports, signing him up for everything. Those two, I think, just like magically think it's all set. And I don't mind. I don't mind doing it because he does his stuff for our family and I do that stuff.
Well, okay, so you go first. Bills don't get paid. Your son doesn't. He just sits in his room for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
What if he goes first? What falls out?
If Derek goes first,
costumes have cobwebs on them.
Yes. What a tragedy.
That's about it.
No, I mean, then I'd have to start doing housework. And like I said, we have a beautiful partnership. Everyone does what they're good at. And I appreciate that. So
if I went first, things that wouldn't get done around our place. Well, first off, no light would ever be turned off. Every single light in our house would be on for the rest of eternity.
Yeah.
Nobody turns off any lights at our house. The grass would probably never get mowed. My wife does a good job. Like we've got, a rider and then the hand mower because there's a couple of spots you can't really get to with the rider. She does a good job with the hand mower.
Okay.
But convincing her to sit on a riding lawnmower for 3 hours on a Saturday, nope.
She just have her new boyfriend.
I was going to say that would get hired out or the neighbor would end up doing it. And as I was putting this list together, those are the only two things I could come up with.
You do a lot of manual labor around them. But like I said, you do the Derek stuff, the stuff that she doesn't want to do. She does the stuff you don't want to do. Your debit card works every time. You know why? Because she budgets.
She's in finance, right? Yeah. None of our bills would get paid. Yeah. I don't, like I said, I don't know how much money I have. I couldn't tell you. I could be $500 million in the hole, or I could have $500 million. I don't know. Yeah. I just go, can I buy this? And she'll go, yep.
It's blissful.
And so some of the other responses, if you go first, Brittany said, nobody would ever open a jar in my house.
Okay.
Can you imagine that's your purpose? Mom, open this jar.
Brittany's the jar opener. Okay, that's a twist.
She also said all laundry would be dirty forever and ever.
Okay. Dana said, Kat, I'm along the lines of you. I don't think my husband knows how to log into any of our accounts to pay any of our bills. But like I said, too many cooks in the kitchen spoil the recipe. I would not want more hands than need to be in our bank account. So
Anna
I'm
texted, my husband would go to prison immediately because nobody would do our taxes.
Okay. I do our taxes.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. My wife does our taxes.
You'd be done.
I haven't done, my God, I haven't done my taxes. I have not looked at a tax form.
In however long you've been married.
It's been at least 25 years.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know where to go. What do you do?
TurboTax.com.
I mean, I would have to go into somebody, and then they would yell at me because they're like, well, okay, we need your check stubs or receipts. I'm like, I don't know how to get those.
I think I'm going to go to somebody this year. I don't think I've been doing it right for a couple of years. So I'm going to.
I don't know if I'd admit that publicly.
No,
like this
I have, but you always have that. But I always select audit protection. So then they can go through and comb through if I missed anything.
If you went first, what would get left undone? Talked a couple of seconds ago to Melanie, whose dad is about to make a big decision, right?
My dad, he lives in this little town. He's been there his whole life, and he wants to run for mayor. He is like the sweetest man. He really is, and he knows what people need. He comes across, I'll just be blunt, very crass.
This is going to be the exact conversation my children have on the radio in about 25 years when I'm like, I'm kind of retired. I need some time. I think I'll be mayor of this little town.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be like, what is he going to say?
Well, what I said was if he's going to be voted a mayor of a town that he has been in for a long time, people know him. People know his temperament. And maybe they also know his heart. Maybe they're like, there might be a give and take. He may be crass, but he has really great ideas.
Well,
so,
she had said her fear is that all of a sudden he says something and he's trending, right? Like,
and that would be terrible to see your parent painted in that light for
he's
sure.
Probably a guy that doesn't hang out on social media too much, though, so maybe it really doesn't affect him.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just everyone else's problem. Tabby, if this was your dad, would you encourage him to go through with it or not?
Absolutely. Do you guys forget who our president is?
All right. I mean, you're right. I mean, he does kind of just say what's on his mind.
And I'm sure, every single president has had children where they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you did or said this, and even if your parent is not in office, they say or do things that you're like, ugh. But like my heart as a child of that person, I would not want them to be attacked in any way by the public. And I think that's what Melanie was saying.
Yeah, Tabby, what if this is your dad and he just kind of lays it down? He's like, this is exactly what I think. And then all of a sudden he's trending. I mean, can you protect him from that?
I think that comes with the position that he's going for, but I also think that...
You think that you need a new phone? I'm sorry, you broke up a little bit. You think that what? Just restart that thought for us, will you?
I think that people vote for who they think is going to be the best. And if some people like that, some people like the blunt forwardness. They don't like we know you're fake. So I think you should go for it. Everybody's always going to have something negative to say. But hey, I mean, if he became mayor before he died, then that's something more positive to look at than somebody not liking him.
It's worth the conversation though with him saying, listen, it can go left real fast. I know you have great ideas, but if you have something that you feel like you want to say and in your mind you're like, this might not go over really well, just think about it. Hey,
Tabby, real quick, we're going to hold a quick race here. Should be like, who should be the mayor of the Playhouse? Would you vote for Kat or myself?
Oh, that's hard. Why do you do that to me?
Well, and remember, it's for the best.
I can't believe you have to think about it.
It's for the best of everyone.
Bingo! How fun!
Last week, someone lost an eye at bingo.
Bingo!
Bingo what bingo?
Bingo!
Bingo!
All right, this morning, Kat is looking for the first person to get through who
had a coworker that did something not so good. Remember, leave all names out of it, but we're talking about this guy at Avis who used to work there in Syracuse, New York. He ended up stealing 47 vehicles. I would assume he's looking at it as borrowing.
There was no point at any point that we covered in our investigation that there was any attempt by this employee to bring the vehicles back. I know that he did have some insider knowledge that others wouldn't have had that kind of made it a little bit easier than it would have been for a normal person to steal these cars. He was renting them out, and then they were continuously being used until they were put in the law enforcement system and then stopped by a police officer.
So he just took one home, then rented it out until somebody left it on the curb and the cops towed it.
He had his own mini lot at his house. And so if somebody were to, call him, hey, Milton, I need a van for our vacation, he'd just grab it from Avis.
Super smart till you get caught.
Yeah.
I'm on the hunt for anyone listening who has had an exceptional athletic performance, like you had a hole in one or bowled maybe like a perfect game, something like that. Eston is first through. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Not too bad. Yourself?
Good. Which one do you fit, bro?
Somebody who did something stupid at work.
Let's go. This is what I was hoping for. So this is not you, correct?
Correct.
All right, break it down. No names, though, please.
All right, no, 100%. I actually worked at T-Mobile here in St. Cloud, and some of you might actually have heard. I had a coworker who was kind of into doing more than just selling phones.
Okay.
But unfortunately, he left some of those products in the refrigerator that ended up hurting a coworker.
Idiot.
Wait, are we talking about weed?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was like, you keep weed in the fridge?
Yeah.
I guess we don't need,
I mean, that's where I keep mine.
Like, let's just say it might have been like a piece of chocolate that somebody left in the freezer.
Got it. Okay.
Somebody else decided to eat it all because he was hungry and it wasn't his.
Oh, my God. Did they have to go to the hospital?
Yep.
Because obviously when I eat chocolate, I don't eat it like there might be
one
drugs
square.
in it. Yeah.
Yes. I actually was one of the ones who ended up.
Oh my God.
And,
that's crazy. And you know what? I just feel so bad for like owners of companies because you just don't know what your employees are always up to. And then,
well, now,
before you know it, you're in the news.
I think we can all agree that there's probably a couple of times throughout the day where it's a little slow at T-Mobile, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so if you're just going to have a quick chunk of chocolate, and maybe take the edge off. And
Well, it sounded like he was selling, too.
Oh, were they selling it, too, or just taking it?
It was kind of he was storing it until after work, and somebody else just got to it before he did.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like he was selling it out the back door before it became legal or something.
No, he wasn't doing that part at work, but he just stupidly brought it.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
pretty great. I haven't heard that one yet. Thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate you. I hope you have a good day today.
Yeah, not a problem.
Take care.
Say no names.
I got
Okay.
Well, he didn't say any names.
All right.
But I think it's pretty easy to figure out who that was. Hi, Carl. How are you today, man?
Good.
Good. Did I hear right that you bowled a 300 game?
In my high school.
So before you even graduated high school, you had a 300 game under your belt.
Yeah, 300.
Why did you stop in high school? You just didn't want to continue? It just wasn't your bag?
He was so good at it. He felt bad for everyone else.
I'm so good at it. I don't want to impress the ladies.
All right.
And so you bowled 300 games. And I've been around people at bowling alleys. My dad used to be a pretty avid bowler, and I bowled like when I was a kid a lot. But I've been around when it gets to that point where you're in the 10th frame and they've already got one strike or two strikes and the whole bowling alley stops. Nobody moves. Everybody just watches. Is that the way it was with you?
Yeah. No.
No, just no. Nobody cared about Carl.
Do you have your own bowling ball?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not worried about germs. You know what I always forget? And I'm not a huge germaphobe, but I will eat pizza when it gets to the table and continue to bowl. But if you think about how many fingers are in the bowling ball holes, it's gross, and I don't even think about it.
No.
So,
hey, Carl, you have, I'm assuming being an avid bowler like you are, you have more than one bowling ball?
I got 3.
Yeah. Do you have 16-pound balls?
I got a 12-pound, another 12-pound, and a 16-pound ball.
Okay, so you have 12-pound balls?
Yeah.
Yeah, where do you get your underwear?
that whole thing was a setup,
God,
man.
I was working on that for 3 minutes,
I
Carl.
know.
Have a great morning. Our country is more divided than ever, say a lot of experts. But in an effort to harmonize and to pull us back together, I thought let's spend some time this morning on something we can all agree on. What was the first thing that popped in your mind?
That tampons and pads should be free. I think if it happens to your body and we have not 1 ounce of control over it, that it should be covered.
So should heartburn medicine be free?
No, because I do things to kick up my heartburn.
Some people
so
just
that's
get
my
it.
fault.
Some people get it by drinking water.
Some people get heartburn by drinking
Yeah.
water.
You can have acid reflux without putting any acidy things in
I think
there.
you did no studying with that. We need to plant more
toilet
trees.
paper be free then too?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We need to plant more trees on that toilet paper note.
Okay.
Our vets need anything and everything to set them up for a successful rest of life.
Agreed.
Raisins can see their way out of any cookie. There's
No.
no reason
Oatmeal
a raisin should
rule.
be in a
Nope,
cookie.
we can't all agree on that. You got to take it off the
And then
list.
finally, customer service can get better. I think we can all agree on that.
Sometimes it's really good.
I think it's more often than not, it's not good. And that's sad.
On my list of things that we can all agree on, if you don't return your shopping cart, we can't be friends.
Okay.
Put it back where it was.
That's your threat? They can't be a friend with you?
Yeah, I just don't want you in my life at all if you can't return your damn shopping cart.
Okay.
FaceTiming somebody without warning, jail. Don't just pop up on my FaceTime.
Yeah.
If you borrow someone's car and don't fill the tank, jail.
Rude.
Who does that? Reagan. Can we all agree that people who play videos on speaker in public, jail?
Yeah.
And the one I'm going to the mattress with, if there's one thing we can all agree on, can we all agree on wet socks are the worst feeling in the world?
I made Liam walk around in his wet socks after the log ride yesterday. I said, no, I'm not putting those in my purse. I'm not going to hold them or carry them. He didn't have any pockets. Walk around in them.
Oh, also, middle seat on the airplane. Just take it out of there.
Okay.
I hate middle seat.
Why don't you get there early and get a better seat?
Sometimes you got to assign seats. And my wife knows this. She knows there's like
all
very
you have
few
to say
things.
is, I go number 2 a lot. You got to tell that to the aisle person. And they're like, I don't want to mess with that.
What else can we all agree on? Take politics out of this. What can we all agree on? Hit us up.
So I was listening to this audio, and obviously these parents thought that it was creative enough of an idea for punishment to take away this teen's Wi-Fi access. But listen, tweens are resourceful.
I'm so sorry to be bothering you guys. I'm grounded. I'm not even allowed to be outside right now. And my dad took away my Wi-Fi and changed the internet password. Please let me use your guys' Wi-Fi password just for a few days until I'm not grounded. I'll even do stuff around the house for you. Well, bye. I hope your night isn't as bad as mine.
Oh.
Can you imagine getting that Ring doorbell message where he's just like, please just let me tap into your Wi-Fi. I need to play some Fortnite or whatever his goal was. But, I mean, if you want to cut them at the Achilles, you take away what brings them joy. But we learned that a while ago. Liam never gets punished because he's a good kid. I don't know where he came from. But one time he did something, I don't even remember, but I'm like, we're taking your electronics. And I put him on top of the fridge. And then like we had to do stuff with him, you know, and Derek and I, by noon, I go, should we
give him back?
He was like, now what? Now what? Now what? And I'm like, oh my God. Not that he's a screen kid, but it was something that brought him joy. And I'm like, we got to take it away.
I had to paint rocks with a toothbrush. I've had to rake sand. Those were interesting things that my dad, when he was in the military, would get me to do, and it was ridiculous.
Those two things, I have a question. I've always had a question about those. Were those things that had to get done, or were those things that were so menial you were like, this is BS, I don't want to do it?
It didn't have to get done.
Okay.
He just wanted me to not. It was time to think about what you did. That was his theory. So my son Peyton, who's now 24, had rocketed a baseball off the neighbor's window.
Yeah.
And it was their big like sliding glass door, which those are hundreds of dollars to replace, if not thousands. And luckily it didn't break. But I said, you got to go over there and apologize. And he wouldn't. So I made him stand, those transformers, those ugly cable and telephone transformers that are on the side of your property. I made him stand on one of those like a crane. And he's just out in the sun in the middle of the day, just standing there.
Yeah, but you put it on MySpace. That's where your wife,
MySpace.
when we had MySpace, you put it on there as like, oh, look at my creative parenting punishment. But the kid's a towhead, exposed to the sun. Your wife was so mad because her little baby was being
I sat
punished.
there and cracked a beer, and my thought was, you've got to go apologize. You have to at least say, I'm sorry for hitting your house with this baseball. And he wouldn't do it. He stood out there for like 30 minutes.
Wow, dedication.
Yeah, like it was him against me, and he had his mom on his side, so he wins every time.
Dean can't call in, but we're looking for creative punishments that worked for you and your family. And you said, my ex-wife used to make our two boys hug in the corner if they fought. Can you imagine having to hug someone that you just don't like at that moment? That would be an awful feeling. You would never want to have that again. We have Hector on the line. I'm so glad that you called, because when you texted, you said that every time that your kids need a punishment of some kind, you and your wife, you hand them a list of chores and they have 45 minutes to do it, and it actually works.
They hate doing chores.
There you go. That brought them together, and your house was cleaner. So win-win.
Bingo.
Now, they were complaining about us, of course, but that was always going to happen, right? So they are working together. They're getting along fine. They're doing chores. They kind of hate us, but I think that's going to go away with time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, after all, they're still pretty young. So that's going to happen once they grow up and they have their own children. They will understand. But right now, everything is better.
I like it. That works. I mean, chores are good. If you use them as a punishment, then you can't use them as a reward system, right?
Well, you just hope that maybe they misstep, and then you're like, okay, great, another round of chores.